What's up, dudes and dudes here? And my name's Scyushi, and we're back into more. This is probably going to end up being a shorter video to contrast the 3-hour stream VOD that's going to be going up for my stream of Trove yesterday. Yeah, so Twitch drops are finally enabled on the channel, and I thought that I would take the opportunity to mention what you'll end up actually getting out of the Twitch drops for Trove, because initially it was going to end up being something around like 2 hours and you would get like a bunch of pinatas and stuff. They've since changed it so that you now have to watch 14 hours of people playing Trove on Twitch, and you'll end up getting some pinatas, yes, but you'll also get some exclusive allies, as well as what I'm assuming is a title, but I'll share that with you guys in a moment. So first, let's open up the web page. I also realized that I do have my dog cam open, but whatever, that's okay. You guys can actually see Budge in the video. So this is the official glyph page that talks about it, mentions what you'll end up getting at intervals. So at every hour, you'll end up getting, or at every reward hour, I should say, because it's not every hour. It's 1 hour, 2 hour, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, pretty nuts. But anyways, you'll get pinatas at all of those, but you'll also get a Streamer Dream 1 box, which is the original Streamer Dream box. Basically gets you access to Streamer Dream allies, but there's multiple Streamer Dream allies that you can obtain. My ally is the Playful Scytheling, and that's part of the Streamer Dream box 1. Then there's the Dev Dream box, so that's going to end up getting you developer allies. And then there's Streamer Dream box 2. Okay, cool. Then there's Plushly. Let me get some footage of that for you guys. So this is thanks to my buddy Spooky, who gave me footage of this. I love this ally so much. I have contacted my content creator guy. I'm hoping that they give me all of these so I could like show them off, potentially on streams, because I, as a new father, don't have the time to sit and watch people on Twitch for 14 hours. But either way, he bounces around. He's fat. He's jolly. He's stupid. I love him. Might be one of my favorite little allies as far as Cubesley. I want a plushie of it in real life, please. I want a lot of Trove merch, actually. I would love to have like little 3D printed of every class, and they'd just be on a little stand, and just if I had a 3D printer and if I knew how to set that up, I would do that for you guys, but I don't know how to do any of that stuff. Anyways, yeah, so he's going to end up being at 6 hours. So cool, great, grand, whatever. Then at 8 hours, you'll end up getting the Streamer Dream 3 box, because yes, there's actually 3. Mario, Luigi, Mario. There's 3 different ones of those. I didn't have a heart attack, by the way. That was just a reference to the live action Mario movie from years ago that I absolutely adore. And then at the 10 hours, there's the Twitchy 10 TV. So I'll show you guys this. It's another little ally. It's a TV. Who doesn't like a TV? Now, what I do appreciate about this TV is what people could potentially mod it into. I mean, it's a very small area that you could do stuff, but if somebody would mod it so that the TV screen was green, then we could actually just replace the screen with whatever the heck we wanted, right? Kind of, because it would be a green screen. Not in-game, of course. In-game, you have very limited amount of pixels that you could do to work on that. But anyways, whatever. Then at 12 hours, there's going to be 10 Super Style Stash. And then the final reward at 14 hours is the True Trovian, which I'm assuming is a, it is a title. Okay, it does actually say it right here. I just didn't notice that because I'm blind. I was wondering what it was because it never ended up mentioning it. I looked at it and I didn't read it. That's the real answer. So anyways, with that said, this link I'll leave in the description. There's a bunch of our content creators that are a part of this. Again, this is all on Twitch, not on YouTube. The reason why my name isn't here, you might be wondering, just to give you guys a little bit of a story to this, it's kind of my fault. I was still a bit frustrated about the whole thing, and I'll go into why. Basically, this whole Twitch drop thing was supposed to have started weeks ago, but on the Twitch side of things, they kind of messed things up. So it wasn't like Trove, it was Twitch. Like apparently there was issues even with Warframe drops over these weeks. Anyways, they finally ended up getting it going, and not a day before they were gonna throw the Twitch drops up, I get contacted by my guy who's like, hey, you wanna be on the Twitch drops? And I'm like, yes, obviously. And then, I go to bed for the night, and then I get a follow-up message asking, what's your Twitch? and I didn't get back to it until like a day later, which that's why my name isn't here. My counterpoint is they had weeks to get the information from myself and others. So kind of weird that they didn't do that. But anyways, there's tons of people that you can end up watching on Twitch for all this stuff. There's all sorts of like people viewing and most of all lurking and farming these allies and so on and so forth, which hopefully that sticks around because it's actually been pretty cool. A lot of us Trove Twitch community people have basically been trading off all of the viewers whenever we're going to bed because we happen to be playing Trove a lot, and it's like, hey, here you go. You know, a Gal Mods keeps throwing me his raid. Earlier yesterday or last night or whatever, I had Altheri throw me their views, and then I keep throwing them to someone who Cyan Dragon. He just so happens to be up when I'm logging out, so I throw him all the views, and it's been a cool thing, you know, like kind of like a cool community thing. Now, granted, a lot of you, and I don't blame you for this, a lot of you are lurking. So for those of you that don't know, I'm just going to tell you straight up, what you can do is you can put a Twitch stream on in the background, whether it be me or somebody else, and you won't get Twitch drops if you mute the stream. But if you go to the tab on the top of your browser and mute the browser tab, then you can still get the Twitch drop. It seems like that's what most people are doing. Maybe there's some people that are lurking and being invisible, but generally speaking, there are not many people commenting, despite the fact that we're having 50, 100, 200 people potentially watching us on Twitch, which again is still cool because it benefits the content creators because, you know, we can run ads on Twitch and stuff like that. And it benefits you guys because you actually get stuff. Now, if only YouTube would actually get with the times and actually add drops to their streaming platform, because that, I think, is the only thing that is really keeping YouTube behind in terms of streaming. Also, I just learned the other day that apparently I now have access to 2K streams on Twitch. Oh, exciting, because I always stream in 2K resolution on YouTube with super cranked high bit rate. Which is incidentally why when we watch Summer Games Fest or E3 or, you know, all these other showcases, Game of the Year awards later this year, I'm confident that they're just multi-streaming and Twitch limits your bit rate to 6,000. This is nerd stuff. And in order to actually get like a high quality stream on YouTube, you kind of got to increase that by like ×2 or ×3 for the bit rate. So my point being is, they're probably just multi-streaming everything at 6K, which is why most streams look like crap on YouTube. You guys didn't ask, but I still shared it anyway. With that said, I would appreciate if you would share your thumbs up by, I don't know, if you're cutting your fingernails or shaving your arm hair, if you make it into a nice little ball and just throw it as hard as you can at the keyboard, maybe it'll end up hitting the like button for me. If the like button doesn't get hit much, then I know why that happened. But if you haven't subscribed, I mean, I don't know how you found me.